Hi guys, so today's Freeform Friday. I'm gonna do or create that card that you just saw in the thumbnail there in the intro. So I got the idea from this magazine, really sweet, and I can definitely use, this really cool, what do they use? A decagon shape, which is awesome, which I don't know if that's the same one as this one, actually. No, this one's actually a little bit different. But either way, I think this is an octagon. I was thinking about using this, but it's not going to work out for what I wanted because the lines are so big. We need them to really be nesting, right? So basically any nesting dies. Let's just go to that. So if I have any links in the description box, those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase times to those links. I have just been itching to use these die sets again because they're so pretty and I just love the way they work together. But for now, I'm going to put those to the side. So the other ones, okay, this is the other thing. We could use like a die cutting machine, right? Because you can always just set them up to be like really small spaces all around. It looks like these are probably in eighths, because look how close they are. But, whatever it is that you like. So I was thinking the only other thing I have that nests that closely, I think, are these Spellbinders dice. So I have the ones for a A2 size card and for the mini slimline and the way they consider a mini slimline. And I put them on this mat a while back just so they would stay nicely. I had them on a book ring, which is fine too, but for now, this is how I'm going to have them. And so basically these, if you have set A, which I believe is this one, and set B, even though I should have them switched, maybe I put them in like this, so A and B, I don't know what I was thinking that day, but you're gonna have the larger one, which cuts you a whole card front, right? The 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I think I'm not gonna use that one today. I'm gonna start with this next one, and then they kind of go back and forth. So if I were to use this one and that largest out one, outside of that one, excuse me, I don't know where I was, but I think I was misspeaking. I think if we put these one right after the other, I think they're a 1/16 of an inch. I don't remember what I said in my own review from a while back, because if I'm looking at this, I mean, it barely splits the difference. That is the smallest amount, but, well, that's all we're looking for right now, really. So, it's whatever you want as far as the difference in the edging. I think I'll probably have to go every other one just to get a little bit bigger. So, like, if I had the outer one from this one, and not the largest one from this one, but the next one, this is the distance, right? So I'm just trying to decide which one I'm trying to use, guys. Sorry. I'm giving you a little info on why I was deciding one or the other. Again, they just look totally different, with that. So let me see this guy. So what I want to do is the very outer one I'm not going to use, right? The one that cuts you your regular 4 1/4. That's the largest one from this set. And I'm going to place it back just so we confuse, and it's easier to see now that the other ones are kind of out of place, right? Okay, so I'm going to use the largest one for my background color. And then I'm going to go in, let's see where that one is. Yep, with this one, the next largest. So this is the largest one from set B. I don't want to confuse you. If you're cutting this on a Cricut, it'll probably be easier, just so that you can layer however you like. But the whole point is to have this one here in our base color. So let's just pretend our base color, so we don't get confused anymore. I'm going to go ahead and grab papers so we can talk about it, and I'll be right back. I'm standing up, so I mean business now. So I grabbed this paper. It is from the Dancing Dragonfly collection. Just thought it'd be pretty, and then I was like, what can I mat it with? And I thought maybe the silver paper, even though it's just, it's a little bit muted. But I think that'll look really sweet. So, all right. So let's go back to our nesting dice. Again, I don't want the largest one because I do want the card base to just be the 4 1/4 and that be showing through. So this largest one, I'm going to cut from my silver paper, and I'll probably put it down here just because that way I can get a nice cut and save some paper. So I'm just going to run this like this. Probably could have cut it a little bit closer. I'm going to put it to the side, okay? Again, I don't want to confuse people, but I feel like I'm going to. Okay. And then the next one, do you want it to be, if you're looking at your dies and you have all these nesting dies, do you want that big space that's more like an 1/8 of an inch all around? Or do you want just a little bit of a 1/16 of an inch, This little guy. So, whatever it is that you want. So, I have this guy over here. Again, that's the largest from Group B. I'm going to go with the next largest one from Group A, and I'm going to cut this out. No, I'm going to put this to the side because we don't need that. And then We're going to cover up the whole center, but we're going to cut the center also with the next set of dies. Because what it is that the way you're cutting this, you can definitely cut away on the inside of your paper and no one even knows the difference. You see how the wing is from there to there? And then you're covering up that space where you cut this from that one with another matte layer, so it's harder to tell that that's cut behind there. So for me, I kind of want it like this. I think I am, and this might end up being covered up, you guys. So let's say we want that there. So I'm going to put a little bit of tape, and I'll probably just cut my whole paper. That way this last piece over here, I'm not going to mess it up, and maybe I can use it for something, like a little strip on a card here or there or something, I don't know. I'm talking about the piece of paper that's left over here. Okay. So we have that guy, we have this guy. Now I'm working in 16ths because I'm going back and forth the way I am. So the next size down, do you want it like an inch in, or do you want it just like, what sizing do you want on the next one? So we have that. And then the next one we're going to cut again, matte layer, right? So right now we have the matte layer and then the topper. Like let's say this background piece. We still need this piece on top. This one they did it 3 times. You know, whatever it is that you like. So for this next one, since we have the largest from in here, let's say we took the one that is, so we have this largest one, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, you can kind of look at it and think about where you need to go next. So let me think about that. So we got our first matte layer from this set, and I was kind of looking and just eyeballing which one. I like this one, which is ends up being the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one in. And I can sit here and kind of look at these and kind of debate if it's the 5th one in or not. Let me see. So we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either way, what I'm going to do is eyeball it with this one. And it's basically this guy that I need to get. I'm just curious to see if that's the 5th one into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually number 6. There he is, and that's going to give us the edge that we want. So for the larger one, I'm going to cut out from the center of this, because this is going to be covered up anyway by this portion, right? I know it's kind of trippy. It'll make sense in a minute. We're not wasting our paper. We're just going. From this last one, though, I'm not going to cut out again from the center of this, although I probably could, but I'll just use another paper for that. And then this guy. And that's literally all I want right now. So just make sure that the one that's a little bigger is over here on the matte layers. And then this doesn't matter where it gets cut because a lot of that's going to be covered up, but you do want to keep it pretty centered. So let me get this. And you can do this with any nesting dies. I just wanted them to be really close to each other. Most nesting dies are like 1/4 inch spacings, and that's going to make a really small card for this one, right? The little areas that we have. So here, I mean, you can get your T-square out. I'm just eyeballing it. And I'm going to run these through at the same time. And same thing for these other guys. So let's put this down. And this here. I know people ask, like, how do you keep these separate, like, you know, once you're using them? I don't know. I just eyeball them. I put them back. Now you can definitely measure them and look at the packaging. It tells you, you know, what the sizes are. But they are very tiny once you get into the 1/16. So it's just, for me, I'm just kind of eyeballing them and put them back where I think they belong. But you can definitely really pay more attention to that. Okay. So again, I'm eyeballing this part. If you don't feel comfortable with that, definitely bring out some kind of measurement. It looks like I left myself 1 inch in here. It might be 3/4. Okay, I'm going to run both of these through, nice and straight. I think this little piece of tape, I should increase that, but okay, we'll just stick it down. And I'll be right back. So we're on a card base now that we have these pieces, and hopefully it'll start making sense. Okay. Let me just remove the tape and get these all going. And I'll be right back. Okay, so we have these guys. Again, this, cut that out, right? And then this guy. And here we have those pieces. And then here we have these pieces. And if I did this sort of right, these should be the same distance apart, you know what I'm saying? So then this goes on here, and this goes here. So far, so good. Oh my gosh, yay! So again, really look at the dies, you know, that you're using. Like I said, probably easier to do on a machine where you can just scallop them yourself. Scallop, is that the word? Stagger? Nest them? Anyway, for this one, I'm just going to glue this down completely. And that hole is not going to be noticeable because the next layer covers that up to a little bit of the inside of that, right? Because we had that smaller die that cuts out of here. So as you can see, you know what I'm saying? If I moved it up, then you can see that I zoomed in and it went really fast. I don't want to make you guys feel nauseous. So yeah, so if you move this, you can see that, but for right now, it's covering even that space because of the way it just worked out, right? Our cutting. Ooh, now let me make sure I have this the right way. I don't know why this guy messes with my eyeballs. I always wanted to turn it the other way. Just want to make sure everything's facing the right way. And then when you glue these other two together, I probably will pop them up a little bit and maybe put a ribbon kind of like they showed in the, what was it, decagon? The decagon shape one. Oh my gosh, and then using those precision dies, they're just like boom, so pretty. And if you want more edge, then, you know, just go with every other one. Or just follow your nesting die set, right? The one nest, because those are 1/8 of a part. Mixing the two together makes them a 16th. That's what it was. Okay, and then these guys I can glue together. Like I said, if you want to do your sentiment like they showed with this shape again, you can still cut that out from this one, but not from this one, because this is basically the one you are going to be seeing at the very top. So you can still cut a little bit. This happens to be that Michael's glitter paper, and it didn't even want to die cut straight lines. It's probably from an old pack, because the paper has gotten better, but the old glitter paper was a nightmare. And even at that, like, it had to, like, unstick it. Really weird. Weird stuff. Okay. Alright, that's really nice. And then I was like looking for some organza ribbon. Apparently I'm out, so I gotta go to the Dollar Tree because that's usually where I get it from. But I have this piece here, and I think it was on one of the swaps someone had sent. And that's what I'm gonna use. Now I can just put it around the whole thing if you care or you don't care. Or just make your bow and then wrap it around the backside. I'm gonna make like an actual bow. And maybe I can use less of this. So what I mean by that is try to save as much of this as I can, because that's how I am. You know what I'm saying? I pulled it more over here, that way when I cut it off I can have a little piece that maybe I can still use. And I'm just doing a bow. My hand. Freeform. Freeform is the name of the game. I don't really care where the bow is right now. I'm just trying to make it nice. And then we'll arrange it later, like if I need it to be more over here or, you know, down here, whatever it is that we're trying to do. Line it up a little bit more straight. Actually, I can keep that one. Okay. And then I need to find a sentiment. Now, again, oh, not good. You know what? I use these scissors for gooey stuff, and that's definitely what met that piece of ribbon down there. So let me try to do that a little more cleanly. There we go. Yeah, cute. Gold. I was going to use, you know, like I said, like a white color, and then that gold with the silver and the whatever else is going on. I like it. Okay, and this will probably be popped up like this to give us some dimension. And then again, do we want to use like the smallest guys and try to stamp something? I don't know that I have a stamp that's that small that will look decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I grab this one and made it silver, and then the next one, I don't know. From there, let's see. It looks like it'd be this one. I guess I could look in my stash and see if I have something that would be just like a cute something that we can stamp in this long way. I don't know what that would be, but I'll be right back. Let me go look. Okay, so this might be really weird. Now, if I had planned this ahead of time, because you know I don't, maybe what I would have done is cut this from the silver that's in the back, and then cut this piece from here. So again, we repeat that same pattern. I'm just going to cut from any section here. I'm going to cut this out of our silver. I'm going to cut the next one out of this. And then I just looked over, and I still have this sitting out on my desk from the last time I used it the other day, and I saw these little letterings of wonderful. So what if we cut these out of like gold and then just glue them on in like that same kind of like totem kind of way. what about that? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'll be right back. I'm gonna cut this from the silver, cut this from the pattern paper, and then just do the words wonderful. But again, you could have, you know, totally repeated the pattern and have that come out here too, but I'll be right back. Okay, so I just kind of, you know, I could have taken that and honestly cut the same thing from like another piece of paper just so that the pattern totally repeats, but that's okay. Next time I do this, I'll plan it out a little further ahead and do that. So I guess, like I said, I was going to leave this one because you're going to see that really, really well. But if you're going to keep repeating it, you know, just cut it from wherever it is that you're going to place it. I just didn't know for my design where I was going to do that. So we did it the way I did it. Okay, so we have that little guy. And nothing's stuck down yet other than that first frame. And then I have my little lettering that says wonderful. Now this is going to take a minute, not going to lie. It's not going to just come together super quickly, but there's my O. And where's my N? Is it still over here or is it over here? Oh, here it is, backwards. 1, D, and then my E is here. Let me put all the letters in order and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my little lettering here and I'm going to place it long ways. Now I have no idea where that should be, and let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, perfect. So the E would be the center of that, right? So what I'm going to do is start by gluing that down. And I don't know that I want to put glue in those tiny little, how am I going to do this? They are pretty small. Where is my, oh, what's the thing called? A tweezer. Of course, I have like 10 tweezers from different kits and times that I've, there we go. And I'm going to pick that guy up. And I'm just going to dip, dip, dip. I know I've already lost quite a few guys on this one. Just because it was, you know, just, all I was trying to do is show you that you want the nesting die is the one that's right after, you know, whatever size you pick to start with. And then maybe the next one's like an inch in or whatever it is. You know, I probably shouldn't put glue on this yet, because I don't really know how far apart these should be. So let's see. They might have to be really close and I'm already, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it should be a lot lower. Let's go, buddy. Right down here. So if this is here, yeah, they gotta be like right on top of each other. Let's see. Yep. So all I'm gonna do is dip, dip, dip into each one and place them literally one right above the other. I'll obviously space that out a little better. Sorry if it's hard to see there. I'm just trying to see exactly how, right on top. And of course I'll glue them down so that they're nice and straight. Ah. Then my L. Ooh, okay, so I will get these glued down, dab, 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 stick them down nice and straight, and I will be right back. Guys. Not too bad. That was tedious, but not too bad. On these guys, I do want to just pop it up, and I'm going to pop this one up too, I believe. But for now, what I'm going to do is just put these guys here, and that way I can still manipulate my little bow. And take the carriers off. And if you don't want to, you can, you know, glue this one straight down. And then pop up the next one, or pop up this one, glue the other, whatever it is that you like. It is going to add more and more dimension. And what's just cool about this kind of thing, like I said, next time I plan it out better, the little pattern continues. And it kind of reminds me of what I did the other day on this card, which is kind of funny because initially I was planning on just doing the little like locket or the embroidery hoop, and then I decided to put it on here, which still gives it a nicer, crisper, cooler look, because honestly if you just took this ring and placed it on the paper, it wouldn't look the same. Like this just has a different look to it because we cut and pasted it twice, you know. But again, if you just want to put the ring on there with some shaker stuff, you know, go for it. It just doesn't feel the same, and that's kind of why I like that it kind of went off the page. And next time I think I'm gonna do more of that, like make it more pronounced. But anyway, we'll have to figure out how to do that though. Oh, the little die. Okay, and you know what? Before I put this on, I'm gonna put some little crystals on that. I don't know if these are out from the last time I used this. No, not yellow. Ooh, maybe this one. No, blue? Purple? What do we got? Turquoisey color? Doesn't really go. How about this blue one? It's kind of interesting. What's the purple color in this? Like, maybe we'll do blue. And I'll just put a couple down. Not too many. I just wanted a little something here. And then, I mean, if you wanted to, you can repeat that too. I'm just putting one here and one here, I think. Yeah, because that way the focal point is here, you know, you're looking at that. And everything else also, I mean, looks cool, but let's see here. Put a little of this on top. And I mean, you can put even more of these guys in the other corners just to kind of draw your eye out to that too if you want. But since the little word wonderful was just there kind of on its own, I just want to kind of anchor it, do a little something extra. And again, I mean, you can place this wherever. I'm just going to put it here, just inside, about 1/8 of an inch inside there. And again, I haven't really done anything with to make it stick down. Do I want it closer to this guy? Do I care? You know, whatever. Yeah, I think right there is actually pretty good. Okay, and I might just tighten it up and give it a little zhuzh. But anyway, I'll play with this until I'm happy with where it is. And that's it. So hopefully kind of gave you an idea of how to do that. And then it's just literally one piece of paper. So if you knew you were going to cut from here, I would have grabbed the next die, the one that you want for here, put it there, and you would have that piece, and then it'd be covered up. It might be a little easier to see through though, because, you know what I'm saying, it'd be very empty there, but I'm happy with the way it came out. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. And yeah, I mean, hopefully you have nesting dies that work. Like I said, I like these because they're so close together. But if you did 1/4 inches, I mean, they're going to be big gaps before you go to the next one. So it does make a difference, but not the biggest difference, right? I mean, it's just going to have a little more here. Actually, it'll be like out to here. So yeah, that's why I like the finer edge. But all right, guys, before I go, I was going to mention I left these off kilter so you can kind of see. Like if you have these at home, from set A, I used the second one. Right? And then I use the, if that's the second one, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th one. And then from there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, the 14th one. Okay? On set A. And if you have set B, I use the very outer one. And then I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th one. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, the 14th one. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so A and then B. Just if you have them and you were curious what I used for this card. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I have images coming up. I have links as appropriate, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.